Don't you say it. I mean it, dude. Don't say it. I'm serious, dude. Don't say it. Do not be the one who says this. Leafs should have kept Pickard. Oh, here we go. Wait, what? Hi! Victory Puppy! I am the Bruins!
I have no idea what I'm doing.
God, to the riches of the league! This team is ruining my life! This LFR brought to you by Ridge Wallets. They look like a different kind of wallet. That's because they are a different kind of wallet. They're compact and indestructible. Instead of having that bulky wallet, you can just keep your cards in this, or maybe even a picture of your favorite backup goalie who left the team. Let me pull it together real quick. Ridge Wallets. Spin it like a helicopter. Leafs lose 5-2 to the Carolina Hurricanes. Specifically, Curtis McElhinney's Carolina Hurricanes, because of course, there is no way they don't start Pickard on Saturday. There's no way! That was fair and square. I can't even be bitter about it. Yes, I can. Watch me. Speaking of bitter, you know what? I want to start with this. Hurricanes fans, if I were you, I wouldn't hear any of this nonsense about the Hurricanes celebrating at the end of their games. I don't know if I like it. It's fun! Have some fun! Look at the building. It's got a lot of red. In part because of the red Carolina Hurricanes jerseys, and also in part due to the empty seats. Do whatever you gotta do to get eyes on your team. Get on the news, get people talking, and get people who did come to your building to see a game to come back to your building to see a game. Saw a bunch of people, I don't know, man, it's kind of cringy. Okay, let me stop you right there. That's cringy? We're talking about hockey here, and that's what you picked out as cringy. Where almost every nickname in the sport is some variation of the player's actual name with E, ER, or S at the end. You ever heard a hockey player talk? I'm beauty level, bud. You're a duster. Check out the bender over here. Can't even dangle snipe Selly. Shut up and let him do the clapping thing. It's like I've said this before. The wave. You ever gone to a sold out game at the Rogers Center when the wave starts? It's like 40,000 people doing the wave and you with your cause, which is what exactly? The people who paid to be at this fun child sport are participating in a fun activity. Who hurt you? Hockey needs this stuff. Hockey, in my opinion, is the best sport on earth. Bar none. The culture around the sport is boring. So to the Carolina Hurricanes organization and Carolina Hurricanes fans, I hope every win you get at home, you do the Viking clap. You go for a little row and you slam into the boards. I didn't want to break the picture. And you know, after the game, some kids were standing up at the glass and one of the players, they bumped into the glass right in front of them and they were like, ah! And the next day they go to their school and they go, guess what? Jeremy Williams jumped up and he banged the glass right in front of me and then he tapped the glass too. We did a fist bump through the glass. We're best friends now. Look, I even got it on my phone. And they take a screen grab and they get the picture blown up. And one of the kids' parents say, hey, wouldn't you like to play hockey yourself? And they go, yes. And they lace him up and after a while, it turns out the kid's good, real good. And he rises through the ranks and becomes the Carolinian version of Austin Matthews. Or you could call it a disgrace, have a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and huff your own farts. If I seem mad, that's because I am. I wanted my team to win and they didn't. Carolina's did. That was the whole point of the game. After all, to decide a winner, their team won. Let them enjoy it. End rant. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to delay me having to talk about Curtis McElhinney. Carolina Hurricanes win 5-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Have I even said that yet? Now, for Leafs fans, first let me say that you're going to look at that score and go, oh man, the Leafs got blown out. No, they lost a 3-2 game 5-2. There was an empty netter and then there was another empty netter. Steve, the Leafs had an empty netter last game. Yeah, it was a 3-2 win that they won 4-2. Thank goodness there was a goalie in the Leafs net because Freddie got shelled in the first. Now, at first it didn't seem so bad. It was almost a repeat of the beginning of last game. The Leafs have these rushes and they're going for passes that are getting picked off, but they were opportunities just the same. The Hurricanes are coming in on their rushes and they're just throwing muffins at Freddie, like he's catching them lazily pretty much. And it comes up on the shot clock as the Hurricanes are caving the Leafs in, but they weren't. Until they did. Shots are like 13-6, 14, 15, 16, they're banging away. Mad calamity in front, where'd Freddie's blocker go? Andreas Janssen has the puck, all he's got to do is chuck it into the corner, but he's probably dog tired because they've already tried that 2 or 3 times in the shift. Trevor Van Riemsdyk bats his stick, the puck goes in, and it's a 1-0 Hurricanes lead. Uh-oh. Nah, look at that. There's a Hurricanes player, he's draped all over Freddie, he took Freddie's glove off. You know what, good on Babs, that's worth the challenge at least, because you never know. They review it, I'm looking, and I'm like, that's gotta be goalie interference. I think back to that ridiculous goal that was called back when the Leafs played the Kings at the ACC last year, where Jonathan Quick just refused to continue the shift. The ridiculous no-goal call against Colorado where Matthews did the infamous eye roll, which led to this. I mean, looking at those and looking at this, I don't know, maybe, but they call it a good goal. It's 1-0 Carolina and they put Petey Pablo back on. You see, kids, he was big in the ancient year of 2003. I liked him. Now, at first, I was mad that this stayed a good goal, but actually watching it again, I think I get it. Wall marks kind of in Freddy's kitchen. I don't think he's on top of him. I definitely don't think he was pushed on top of him. The issue was that he took Freddy's blocker with him, which, yeah, I do have an issue with that, but here's what I think their argument probably was. They said on the broadcast, well, if Freddy's in the blue paint, he's in the blue paint. Yes, most of them. His blocker was not. And it was down on the ice, and there was a mad scramble in front. I think it's just a puck battle that went awry and a bounce that didn't go the Leafs' way. I get it, but I'm still gonna be angry about it. Just because I get it doesn't mean I have to like it. Like 20 seconds later, the shots are 17-6. What the hell? Right off the faceoff, the Hurricanes get the puck, and Gardner-Zaitsev, that pairing, I should have never praised them. I should have never said anything positive. Oh, did they get eaten alive? Zaitsev has his guy and then decides he doesn't feel like it. Tavares is in front, like, which guy do you want me to get? Jake, and Jake's like, oh, right. Calvin to Honda, Justin Williams, and that's just too easy. That's not good enough. 2-0 Hurricanes, and now it's 21, 22, 23. Oh my God, they're getting murdered. And then I remember a video that I made a few weeks ago for Sportsnet, where I talked about the Chicago Blackhawks allowing 33 shots in one period, Cam Ward having to face all 33, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was an NHL record. It's the most amount of shots in one period since they started tracking the stat. Amazing, because they broke the record that was set the previous week by the Anaheim Ducks. It was set by them in the bad way. It was them who gave up the 30. And if I'm not mistaken, that tied the record which was set the previous year, also against the Ducks. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, the Leafs are on pace, man. But all it takes is one. The goal Jeremy Williams got was way too easy, and on this one, he made it way too easy for the Leafs. Throws the pass across, Tavares, thanks! Tavares alone in on McElhaney, and Mac, I love you, buddy. You were good for the Leafs, but I like this matchup. Snipe! Gross. He's a Leaf, by the way. John Tavares gets the Leafs on the board. That shot makes it 24-9 for the Hurricanes, and just 2-1 for the Hurricanes. Lead cut in half. Period keeps going. The Hurricanes keep going. Shot 27, 28. Oh my goodness. And the Leafs sort of held them for the final couple minutes. I'm like, man, if they hit 30, it's gonna tie second. Who knows? They have a flurry at the end of the first. They might break a record here. The Leafs hold them at 29, which, if I remember correctly, is the third highest amount of shots any team has given up in one period in NHL history since they started tracking the stat. But apparently it did break a record too. In fact, it was the most amount of shots the Hurricanes had had in a single period. Bit of a surprise the way they've been playing this season. And it was the most shots allowed in a first period ever. Cool. This team is so much better than it used to be, and they're having an amazing season, but some things with the Leafs just stay true no matter what year I'm doing the LFR in. They can never just lose. They gotta break some kind of record in the process. But miraculously, they head to the first intermission down 1. The second period, I'm like, all right, Leafs are off to a better start. This is good. 5 minutes in, they haven't scored yet, but all right, this is good. 10 minutes in, I'm like, this is really good. Do the Hurricanes have a shot? No. In fact, the Hurricanes didn't get their first shot on goal in the period until about 2 minutes left or less. Gardner-Zaitsev pairing again. I know it wasn't a goal, but I'm talking about a shot on goal that I didn't like. If you saw the play, you know what I'm talking about. Zaitsev's on the right side of the ice where he belongs, and Gardner wandered over, I can only assume, to tell him a secret. What are you doing? We have a rush. I have a secret. Make it quick. I don't know what I'm doing. I was tweeting about this guy. He's so masterful in the offensive zone sometimes, and other times I just want to put a shot collar on him. Can you imagine giving Mike Babcock that kind of power? All right, Jake, here's the thing. You play lefty. If you cross over to the right side, I'm gonna shock you, okay? If you make a bad pass, I'm gonna shock you. Give it away or you're gonna get it twice. I love you, alright? I just want you to be the best player you can be, alright? How's that? Or maybe Babcock's too busy being coach. Maybe he gives the shot caller duties to the backup goalie. Kinda gives the name Sparks a whole new meaning, doesn't it? Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest because I can't believe how many times I'm like, whatever you're doing, stop doing it. Third period. The Leafs take a penalty. That made me sad. Sebastian Aho went for a shot and his stick exploded. That made me happy. Ron Hainsey went to clear the puck. He did not. That made me sad. But dude, I'm gonna stick up for Hainsey on this one. That wasn't his fault. You know, sometimes the other team scores because the other team did something. Hainsey had the puck for like a split second. Michael Furlan breaks it up, lifts his stick a little. Doesn't get the proper clear. Lindholm gets a little piece of it. It's not good enough. The Hurricanes keep it in. Teravainen over to Furlan. Bang, it's in the back of the net. His 11th of the season. What an addition he's been for the Hurricanes coming from the Calgary Flames. And that whole play is him. The breakup from Ron Hainsey, the rocket of a shot, that was all him. And now with about 12 minutes to go, the Leafs have to overcome a 2-goal deficit against Curtis McElhaney. I haven't seen my therapist in a while. I should go. A few minutes later, Travis Dermott has the puck. He's looking at his teammates and going, which one should I pass to? Who's that over there? Number 43. Oh, that's Nas. Nah. What about 12? That's Patty, but meh. Oh, I know. I'll give it to that Finnish blue blur. Kasperi Kapanen. Rocket skates. comes in and snipes on McElhaney, who's way too skinny in his net, and Kapanen damn near beat that puck to the back of the net. He's so fast. And okay, love McElhaney, and he won the game, right? But the 2 goals the Leafs scored, the Tavares shot, the Kapanen shot, if you have a clear look, shoot it on the good. I don't have to call him bad to call him beatable. 2 clear looks, 2 shots, 2 goals. And the one that killed them, what I thought was the dagger, Marner coming in, it's a 2-on-1. He's got a guy, and if he's got a guy, he's gonna pass. Granted, if he hits that guy, it's probably going in. Oh, shoot it on that one, man! He did not. Aho scores, that's his 7th. Svechnikov scores another empty netter, that's his 5th. That's his 5th? Can I add that to the Hurricanes if I were you? It's not fair that you have him. It's kind of funny, we haven't really experienced this yet, but the draft lottery could screw some things up. Leafs got Austin Matthews, the Sabres got Rasmus Dahlin, both teams got good really quick. But both those teams finished last, they were bad. The Hurricanes were down there, but they weren't all the way down there, and they won a draft lottery, and they got this guy. You know it's coming where a team that's like 2 or 3 points out of the playoffs is gonna win a lottery and get a generational talent. And with Svechnikov, I don't know about generational, but oh my god, what a demon. Jack Hughes is so going to Pittsburgh. And the Leafs lose, dommage. If you want to be really bitter about it, you could take away the 2 empty netter goals and say that it should be a tie game because of that goal that wasn't called back in the first. Or you can just make peace with it and move on because the Leafs play back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. What do you think they're gonna do? Because they got Columbus on Friday, who they just played and beat, and then the next night they got Philadelphia. Philly could be really interesting because it might legitimately be Sparks versus Pickard. But wouldn't you play your starter on the back half of the back-to-back? Like, I know that's what the Leafs made McElhaney do, and he did extremely well with it, but we all understand that that was a miracle, right? This guy in his mid-30s happened to play the best hockey of his career, playing exclusively on the second half of back-to-backs. How often do you think that happens? And you're gonna give Sparks his second national game in 3 weeks? What I will say in defense of playing Sparks in the second half of this particular back-to-back is that the Flyers, while they have some weapons themselves, boy do they have a hard time stopping the puck. 76 goals against in 21 games. That's the 3rd highest total in the league. And one of the teams that's worse than them, the Vancouver Canucks, has played 23. Questions. Rate my Christmas decoration. Alright, let's see. Oh my goodness, rate or burn! That's horrible! That wasn't a question at all. I have questions. What's up with tonight? The Leafs lost and I locked myself out of my dorm, and I have an essay due tomorrow at 2:45. I have to wait 30 minutes for an RA. Are Wednesdays officially canceled? Yeah, you picked a nice cold day to get locked out. But dude, you're a student. After you eventually get in, it's gonna be Thursday. And when you wake up, or maybe you don't go to bed because you have that essay due, but anyway, at some point it's gonna be Thursday, which my wife has dubbed Friday Junior. And then not only is it Friday, but there's hockey on, and it's followed by Saturday, and there's hockey on. Just fight through it, play hard, play right, and you'll come out of it on top, alright? How's that? So it's official, McElhaney is greater than Sparks. It's official, I hope Santa takes a dump in your stocking. I'm sorry, Adam, just not now. Is this game proof that Dubas shouldn't have put McElhaney on waivers? Alright, I'll bite. Look, this might not work out, but regardless of whether it works out or not, the plan was good. Alright, do we play the old goaltender who just played the best season of his life, but we're not sure he's ever gonna do that again, which, go look at his numbers so far, he's not, by the way. Or do we go with the younger guy who just got his Calder Cup and he won the goalie of the year in the AHL? Even if McElhaney outperforms Sparks this year, he might not next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, and that was the point. And can I just throw it out there? If it doesn't work out, they can find a backup goalie. Because remember, they lost McElhaney the exact same way they found him, on waivers. And if I remember correctly, it's because they were like, well, we got a clear-cut starter in Bobrovsky, but we really like this young kid, Eunice Korpisalo, so we'll give him a shot. Because of that save on Crosby, he's always gonna get a free pass. Good game, Mac. So, hey, I'm on Tim and Sid tomorrow, and that's a silly thing. 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet. I'm as curious as you to see what happens. If you're able to tune in, I hope you enjoy, and that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like to. Tell all your friends. Tim and Sid. It's weird.